Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling, within the first 3 seconds, that nothing, absolutely nothing, is weighing on you. The air flows lighter, your chest expands effortlessly, and life seems to smile at you before you even open your eyes. Now take a deep breath and ask yourself silently, if it's possible to feel this even for a moment, why does my vibration sink again before I finish my coffee? Here's the secret almost no one tells you. It's not a lack of faith. It's not about discipline either. It's dirty memory. Millions of invisible programs are constantly whispering, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. Something will go wrong. Each repetition pulls your energy downward, even when you try to think positively. In this video, we'll cleanse the source code of your vibration using the true Ho'oponopono taught by Morrnah Simeona, along with direct teachings from Dr. Hew Len, so that the peace you feel now doesn't disappear again. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because once you learn to say the 4 phrases at the right moment, the entire universe begins to whisper yes to everything your heart desires. Everything in the universe vibrates, but most people confuse vibration with fleeting moods, thinking positively for a few minutes, repeating affirmations in the mirror, listening to a motivational song. All of this can temporarily raise your body's electromagnetic field. But if moments later, an emotional trigger stirs up old memories of fear, guilt, or frustration, your vibration crashes again, like a balloon slowly deflating. Morrnah Simeona saw this fluctuation not as a lack of faith, but as a reflection of memory. To her, every human being is a walking archive of personal, ancestral, and collective experiences. These archives, known as data, hold memories of pain and scarcity-based beliefs that replay on autopilot, projecting themselves onto reality without the intellect even noticing. Dr. Hew Len, Morrnah's direct student, took this purification process and simplified it to its essence. He taught that you don't need to understand or analyze every memory to release it. You just need to take 100% responsibility and activate a cleaning key that hands control back to the divine. That key? 4 seemingly simple phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. When spoken with full presence, they signal to higher intelligence that you recognize a piece of data has surfaced, that you accept your part in its creation, somewhere along your ancestral lineage, and most importantly, that you are surrendering its transmutation to love. True vibration doesn't come from forcing yourself to be happy all the time. It comes from cleansing what's blocking happiness from rising naturally. Imagine your consciousness as a crystal-clear lake covered in fallen leaves and debris. The sun is already shining above it, but the murky surface keeps you from seeing the light reflected back. Your job is not to create a new sun or paint the water blue. It's to gently remove every bit of debris that's appeared. Once the lake becomes clear again, the reflection of light appears on its own. This understanding places Ho'oponopono far beyond a technique for emotional control. It becomes a vibrational restoration process that reconnects you with the state of inspiration, the peaceful frequency that exists before any thought arises. In this series, we'll go step by step into the mechanics of this cleansing process. You'll learn how memories take root in the body, how to recognize an active piece of data in your daily life, how to use complementary tools, Ha breathing, blue solar water, dewdrop, and seaport, to keep your vibrational field stable, even in heavy environments. But before we move on, place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in and notice what memory is trying to catch your attention right now. It might be a subtle sense of worry, a vague tightness in your stomach, or a critical voice that seems to come out of nowhere. Don't push the feeling away. Welcome it as an invitation to cleanse. As you exhale, repeat silently, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Notice that there is nothing here to fix by force. There is simply a piece of data ready to be released. That single gesture begins to lift your vibration, not with tension, not with effort, and not with a fake smile, but with honesty, presence, and peace. In the next segments, you'll explore the ancestral roots of Ho'oponopono and the link between vibration and memory, the full cycle of data, trigger, automatic reaction, and the chance to purify, how to turn vibrational relapses into powerful cleansing portals. A 7-step daily protocol to stay anchored in the frequency of inspiration, the traps of spiritual ego, and how to stay humble as your vibration rises. Each part will offer practical, easy-to-apply guidance, even if you're a beginner. The goal is not to make you dependent on complex rituals. It's to restore your awareness that the key to your vibration is already in your words, your breath, and your intention. When the first Polynesian navigators crossed the Pacific, guided only by the stars and ocean currents, they carried with them something far more precious than maps. They carried chants, sacred songs that kept alive the memory of their origin. These chants were not just melodies. They were vibrational codes designed to align the community with the pulse of the divine. Each note evoked the memory of harmony and served to dissolve any discord that had arisen within the tribe. Over centuries, this knowledge was refined into what we now call Ho'oponopono, a word that means to make right, to correct, to harmonize. When Morrnah Simeona adapted the ancient tribal ritual into an individual practice, she preserved its core teaching. The highest vibration is clean memory. She taught that we all carry a data bank made of unresolved experiences stretching back to the beginning of time. This data doesn't just store dramatic events. It holds micro-fractures of emotion, a harsh comment, a look of disdain, fears inherited from our ancestors. Each record emits its own frequency, and the denser the emotion, the lower its vibration. The cycle begins with a trigger, the smell of disinfectant reminding you of a hospital, a news headline about financial crisis, a voice echoing the critical tone of a parent. The subconscious recognizes the stimulus and releases the associated piece of data. Within milliseconds, an automatic reaction is set off. Tension in your shoulders, harsh inner thoughts, rushing, disguised anger. Without awareness, the data grows stronger. It proves itself right and hijacks your inner narrative. The result? Your vibration drops. The reality around you adjusts to match it, and you unconsciously confirm your own belief in limitation. Ho'oponopono breaks this cycle at the root. The moment you notice your reaction, no matter how late, you declare, "I am 100% responsible." This is not guilt, it's sovereignty. It's the power to choose a new rhythm. By saying the 4 phrases, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you," you're offering a request to the divine to transmute that data into pure light. Your vibration rises because the dense file loses energy, and the original information, inspiration, fills the empty space. There's even a hidden physical logic to this. Dense emotions create irregular electromagnetic patterns which show up as erratic heart variability. Elevated emotions generate cardiac coherence. When you cleanse, the heart's rhythm syncs with your breath. The nervous system shifts out of threat mode. Your DNA begins sending more harmonious signals to your cells. Your whole body becomes a tuning fork of high frequency, silently influencing everyone around you, just like the ancient singers who kept their communities in harmony. To observe this cycle in real time, notice 3 moments today when something outside of you stirs discomfort. Don't try to fix the world, clean the data. Repeat silently, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you." Watch your breath change. Feel your heartbeat slow. This is your tangible proof that your vibration has shifted. The greatest illusion about raising your vibration is imagining a straight line going upward. Anyone who's ever tried to stay in a high state of mind for a full week knows that unexpected waves will show up. A harsh comment from a colleague, a bill that arrives sooner than expected, an uncomfortable memory that surfaces during a shower. The moment your stomach tightens, the old data takes over. Your body responds with threat chemistry. Cortisol spikes, your heart races, your breathing shortens. The mind concludes, "I'm back at square one." But you're not. What seems like a setback is in fact the next file in line, asking to be cleansed. From the lens of Ho'oponopono, a relapse is not regression. It's a portal to the next level. To ignore the portal is to lock yourself in the same vibrational room. To walk through it is to ascend in the spiral of purification. Step 1. Awareness without judgment. As soon as a trigger goes off, declare internally, "This feeling is data, not my essence." By creating this separation, you prevent the data from being mistaken for your identity. Next, move your attention to your body and locate the physical sensation. Tight chest, lump in the throat, weight on the shoulders. Take a deep breath and recognize the discomfort as a sign that a memory has risen to the surface. Morrnah taught that loving observation alone initiates transmutation because light does not judge, it simply illuminates. Step 2. Verbal cleansing. Begin to speak the 4 phrases, either softly or silently. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Don't rush. Let each sentence resonate through a full breath cycle. On, I'm sorry. Exhale, releasing stagnant air. On, please forgive me. Inhale new oxygen. On, I love you. Hold the breath for 2 seconds, infusing your cells with this sacred code. On, thank you. Exhale slowly, creating spaciousness inside. This rhythm activates the vagus nerve, shifting your body between stimulation and rest. And within 90 seconds, your heart achieves coherence. Your vibration rises not because you forced it, but because your mind-heart-divine circuit has come back into sync. Step 3. Somatic anchoring. To keep the mind from spiraling back into overthinking, connect the cleansing to a physical gesture. Dr. Hew Len recommended gently pressing the point between the eyebrows. Others prefer placing a hand over the solar plexus. Choose one and use it each time you notice a trigger. The body learns through repetition. Over time, this gesture becomes a shortcut, not to tension, but to immediate relaxation, conserving vital energy. Step 4. Conscious reframing. After the cleansing cycle, ask the divine, what inspiration wants to be born in place of this memory? Don't expect a heavenly voice. The answer may come as sudden calm, a symbolic image, or a simple practical decision. Maybe you realize that the rude colleague echoes an ancestral voice of authority, and that this is your chance to break the pattern not with conflict, but with kindness. To act from that realization cements the elevated vibration. If not, the data will return in a different disguise. A stable vibration isn't passivity, it's inspired action, aligned with the insight born from cleansing. Step 5. Gratitude journal. At night, write down 3 triggers you encountered and how you transformed them. Describing the process solidifies the neurological learning. Gratitude releases dopamine and strengthens the pleasure circuit linked to cleansing. Soon your brain will begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for expansion. In just a few weeks, once feared situations, traffic, family gatherings, economic news, become reminders to breathe, cleanse, and rise. Step 6. Field tools. When in particularly heavy environments, hospitals, government offices, crowded transportation, use one of Morrnah's quick tools, Seaport. Touch the symbol discreetly, or visualize it on your chest and repeat, clean, erase. Seaport acts like a magnet, drawing out low-frequency collective memories, creating a vibrational cocoon. Another tool, Dewdrop. Visualize a luminous drop of dew falling from your crown to your feet, pulling energetic impurities into the earth. These tools function as external filters, supporting the internal work of the 4 phrases. Step 7. Silent celebration. When you notice you've reacted more gently to an old trigger, celebrate quietly. Not to feed spiritual pride, but to register the new experience in your limbic system. The brain learns faster through emotional reinforcement. A small, quiet joy cements the neural path of peace. And finally, understand this. Every relapse contains multiple layers of memory. You cleanse the visible layer, say, impatience with delays, and another deeper one arises, fear of disappointing others, guilt about failure, a belief in unworthiness. Don't panic. Work with one layer at a time. Purification is spiral-shaped. It deepens, it expands, it ascends. The older the memory, the more universal it becomes, and when you cleanse an ancestral pain, you are helping your entire lineage and countless others who carry the same pattern. That's why every relapse is really planetary service in disguise. Instead of asking, why is this still happening to me? Ask, how much light can I release through this moment? That single shift in questioning instantly raises your vibration because it moves your focus from the problem to your mission. Practice now. Recall the last moment that disturbed you. Visualize it like a paused movie scene. Use your chosen anchoring gesture. Breathe the Ha breath. Speak the 4 phrases slowly. Watch the scene dissolve into particles of light. Feel your body soften. Your chest open, a quiet ease spreading through your shoulders. This is the sound of memory being recycled. Train this often. When the phone rings, when you're stuck in line, when a critical thought arises, each time you do, you are dropping a light-filled stone into your internal ocean, preparing it to reflect the original light more clearly each day. Raising and sustaining your vibration does not mean becoming immune to the inner voices that seek recognition, superiority, or control. On the contrary, the more light you bring in, the clearer the shadows that once hid deep in your unconscious become. Dr. Hew Len often said, "The first memory to show up when you cleanse is the one most afraid of being dissolved, the ego that wants to be special." This section reveals the 3 classic traps of the spiritual ego and offers gentle practices to move through them without losing your connection to inspiration. After a few weeks of practicing Ho'oponopono, many people report synchronicities, sharp intuitions, and a lightness they've never felt before. If one is not lovingly vigilant, the intellect will quickly turn those signs into invisible medals. I must be more evolved than others. That single thought causes vibration to plummet because it activates judgment, which is precisely the data we are cleansing. Vibrational superiority creates separation. Separation is memory. Memory is density. To neutralize this, try the mirror technique. Whenever you notice subtle pride, look around and silently choose someone to bless. Repeat 3 times, "I love you. I'm grateful for your existence." This simple act reminds the heart that personal elevation only matters if it serves collective elevation. The second trap arises when the practitioner feels the urge to share every synchronicity, every miracle, hoping, consciously or not, for applause or admiration. There's no harm in sharing inspiration. The issue is when that sharing becomes a new identity. Observe the difference between "I want to inspire" and "I want to be admired." The first is born from the divine. The second is disguised lack. Whenever you feel the impulse to showcase your results, pause, breathe the Ha breath and ask yourself, am I seeking validation or offering service? If the answer is validation, gently repeat the 4 phrases until the anxiety softens. Mature silence holds more power than performative speech. The third trap appears when high vibration is mistaken for an obligation to never feel anger, sadness, or fatigue. At the first sign of dense emotion, the ego whispers, "I failed. I lowered my frequency." This perfectionism halts the cleansing process because it turns authentic emotions into enemies. Morrnah always emphasized, memory reveals itself through emotion. Pushing it into the basement only strengthens the data. A healthy practice is to welcome the feeling. Name it, breathe into it, cleanse it with kindness. Emotions are messengers, not enemies. True purity vibrates through transparency, not repression. Before sleep, sit on the edge of your bed and ask, did I feel the need to prove something to anyone today? Did I feel superior or inferior to anyone? Write a short sentence describing the moment. Then place your hand over your heart, say the 4 phrases, and visualize the scene dissolving into blue mist. By clearing your day of vanity, you offer the night a nervous system that is clean and prevent the ego from building false stories in your dreams. In conversations, projects, or social media posts, always ask, will this elevate the person who hears it? If your inner answer wavers, choose silence or rephrase it until it feels like a blessing. Humble speech doesn't shrink you. It redirects energy toward the collective good. With time, this internal filter becomes part of your vibrational signature. Dedicate one daily action that no one will ever know about. Energetically cleanse a public space. Give anonymously. Pray for strangers in a waiting room. Invisible service dissolves the need for a spotlight and roots your vibration in genuine altruism. Dr. Hew Len would silently cleanse the files of criminal patients, never seeking credit. The result? The transformation of an entire hospital. His example reminds us that true power operates backstage. When pride flares, slowly exhale through the mouth, imagining the air carrying out dark particles of vanity. Inhale through the nose, visualizing a golden mist of humility. Repeat for 4 cycles and finish by saying, I love you. I'm grateful. This breath blends physiological release with spiritual intention, easing tension in the solar plexus, the energetic seat of the ego. Here's how to integrate these insights into the existing protocol. During silent awakening, add the affirmation, today I serve life, not my status. During impeccable word, remember, humility is not submission. It is the courage to speak the truth without aggression. During sacred sleep, review any praise that stirred something in you and cleanse the vanity before you rest. Conscious humility is not self-deprecation. It is the clear understanding that each memory you cleanse opens the channel for love, and that love belongs to no one in particular. The more emptied of yourself you are, the more filled you become with the divine. In that fullness, vibration stabilizes in unconditional peace. There is no longer any need to prove, convince, or compete, only to serve the present moment with the wholeness of your heart. And that quiet attitude, that is the signature the universe reads, to open doors that effort alone could never unlock. Raising your frequency is not abstract mysticism. It can be measured in your body, in your mind, and in the practical results of your life. Without clear metrics, the ego can either inflate its own progress or underestimate real transformation. This section offers both objective and subjective parameters for tracking your vibrational journey, while also revealing how your personal frequency ripples out into your family, your workplace, and the collective field. 1. Heart rate variability, HRV. Use a mobile app or wearable device to measure your HRV for 5 minutes during heart breathing. The score increases when your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems operate in harmony. Track weekly trends. A gradual rise reflects vibrational stabilization. 2. Morning cortisol levels. If possible, take quarterly saliva tests. A reduction in morning cortisol spikes indicates that your body has stopped operating in a state of chronic threat. Less alert mode, more peace. 3. Sleep quality. Simple trackers can analyze your REM cycles and sleep depth. When these patterns begin to normalize after practicing sacred sleep, it's evidence that your nighttime cleansing is recalibrating your limbic system. 4. Reaction. Time to triggers. Record how many seconds it takes to remember the 4 phrases after a negative stimulus. The goal, reduce from minutes to seconds, eventually reaching an almost instant response. 5. Duration of dense emotions. Note how long irritation, sadness, or fear stays in your body. With conscious cleansing, you'll notice the return curve to emotional neutrality becomes shorter and gentler. 6. Decision-making clarity. Pay attention to whether decisions that once felt stuck in fear begin to flow with ease. Clarity without anxiety is a symptom of high vibration, where the intellect serves inspiration, not the other way around. 7. Spontaneous opportunities. Notice invitations, chance meetings, or effortless solutions that arise. Write down the dates and themes. The pattern of coincidences reveals the invisible orchestration responding to your new frequency. 8. Fast environmental feedback. Small needs, a parking space, a lost document, a creative idea, start resolving with almost no resistance. This is not luck, it's alignment with higher intelligence. 9. Relationship shifts. People who once triggered you may soften or naturally drift away, making space for more respectful, authentic connections. Your energetic field reorganizes your social network without conflict. Vibration acts like an antenna. It sends order into chaos. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that a group of just 150 people in heart coherence can lower violent crime rates in entire neighborhoods. Practicing Ho'oponopono at home echoes into the outer world. Family-old arguments lose their charge. Loved ones begin to express vulnerability without fear. When conflict arises, you cleanse internally, and the atmosphere rebalances within minutes. Workplace stalled projects move forward. Colleagues sense your calm and seek your input. Without preaching, you shift routines, mindful breaks, compassionate feedback, servant leadership, community and visible service. Cleansing public parks, schools, or hospitals mentally leads to tangible improvements. Less trash, less graffiti, fewer complaints. Observe, write it down, keep cleansing. 5. Monthly review ritual. On the last day of the month, sit down with a blank journal. List your 3 biggest challenges of the month. Write how you would have reacted before practicing Ho'oponopono. Record how you reacted now and the visible outcomes. Add HRV readings, sleep quality, and one remarkable synchronicity. Give thanks for every data point that surfaced and reaffirm your commitment to cleansing. This ritual closes the energetic loop, preventing half-cleansed memories from returning with force. 6. Pitfalls in tracking progress. Obsession with numbers. Measurement is a compass, not a control mechanism. If you feel anxious about results, cleanse the urgency. It's just another performance-based memory. Comparison with others. Each person has a unique database. Use indicators only to monitor your own trajectory. Comparing vibrations breeds judgment and brings your frequency down. Mistaking flow for a life without challenges. High vibration doesn't eliminate lessons. It gives you the tools to face them in peace. If challenges increase, see them as exams to solidify your new frequency. 7. Next frontier, planetary vibration. When a critical mass of humans sustains heart coherence, the Schumann resonance, Earth's natural frequency, stabilizes. Practiced collectively, Ho'oponopono acts as a software update for the global energy field. Visualize the Earth wrapped in blue light as you say the 4 phrases. Each personal session becomes an ecological act. You are cleansing not just your lineage, but the memory of our entire species. Conscious measurement transforms spirituality into tangible reality. Your body, mind, and circumstances become a dashboard that reflects the progress of your purification. When numbers, emotions, and events begin to align, you understand. Elevated vibration is not belief. It's internal technology. It rewires your biology. It rewrites your psychology. It reorganizes your environment. And once you understand this sacred mechanics, your motivation to cleanse no longer comes from vague hope. It comes from lived science. Reaching this point means you've already felt the difference between forcing and allowing. You've realized that vibration isn't sustained by the iron will of the intellect, but by the space you create when you cleanse and surrender. This final chapter brings everything together into a state of continuous inspiration, a way of living where each breath renews your commitment to the divine and turns everyday life into fertile ground for quiet miracles. Inspiration is not a fleeting high. It is the frequency of origin, what exists before any data. When cleansing becomes a habit, you begin to notice that extreme emotional highs and lows soften. Peace is no longer the pause between problems. It becomes your background climate. In this atmosphere, creative ideas arrive effortlessly. Solutions appear exactly when needed, and the mind begins to let go of its addiction to over-planning. Planning gives way to listening deeply to the present moment. Instead of trying to purify every area of life all at once, follow the 1% rule. Choose one area, health, finances, relationships, and consciously cleanse whatever arises within that domain for 24 hours. The next day, choose another. 1% of focused effort leads to real progress. Without overwhelming your nervous system, in 30 days you'll have cleansed 30 distinct areas, each one elevating the vibration of the whole. Incorporate the 4 elements daily. Water. Drink 1 glass of blue solar water upon waking and another before bed. Air. Practice 5 minutes of Ha breathing at noon to oxygenate the mental field. Fire. Move your body until you feel a gentle inner heat, through dance, brisk walking, or dynamic stretching. Earth. Touch the ground barefoot, or hold a natural stone while repeating the 4 phrases. When the elements are present, your vibration stays anchored, both in the ethereal and the material. Before sunrise, recite the opening lines of the Peace of I prayer. I come from the void into light. I am the breath that nourishes life. Pause. Feel your body expand. This practice seals your energy field for the entire day, reminding you that you are the bridge between the creative void and the manifested world. Set a daily alarm for 12 p.m. or 6 p.m. When it rings, stop whatever you're doing. Close your eyes for 60 seconds and say the 4 phrases, this time directed toward humanity. Visualize waves of blue light flowing from your heart, gently wrapping the entire planet. Including the collective in your practice prevents it from becoming self-centered and amplifies the reach of the frequency of inspiration. You'll know inspiration has taken root when inner silence remains steady, even in noisy environments. Compassion arises instantly in response to criticism or attack. Intuition guides your choices before logic forms an argument. Daily synchronicities reinforce the feeling of being carried by an invisible current. At night, with soft light whisper, Divine Creator, I thank you for the memories cleansed today. Whatever was not yet released, I now surrender to you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing any remaining emotion to leave on the exhale. Drift into sleep, knowing your subconscious will continue the cleansing while you rest. This video does not end the practice. It marks the beginning of a new way of being. If resistance arises in the coming days, remember, every resistance is a memory asking to be brought into the light. Cleanse, trust, keep moving forward, and whenever you need support, come back to this content. Share it with those seeking peace. Join us in the next meditations on this channel. Together, we transform memories into miracles and raise the silent chant that keeps the world in harmony.